everyone, welcome back to House of Papillons. Today we're going to do a really fast way to do some bunny molds before the Easter Bunny comes hippity hopping in just a couple weeks. I have these molds that I actually got off of AliExpress, and they are by Buon Nicole. Now, I have one that is a big. They come with these plastic supports. I have that on upside down. I did. They come with these plastic supports for the molds so that when you pour something into them, they don't distort. Now, I have one that's larger and it has some ripples on the outside. And then the top, the lid of the jar has a bunny on top. And then I have another one that is plain. And Buon Nicole is you see Claire on Claire's Crafty Corner, and you also see Louise Singleton use the Buon Nicole molds. And they are quite costly. So finding them on AliExpress was just, I was very excited. So the thing is that these molds are, they're all matte. They're not shiny. So that means that if you do resin in them, they're not going to be shiny. Mostly when I've seen Claire do things, and also Louise, they do an eco pour. And I could do that. I'm not against eco pour, but I want to do these fast. And I also want them to be a little bit on the shiny side. So if you go back a few weeks to the donut mold that I did, I dusted mica powder onto it. And then it turns out sort of pearly, shiny, whatever. I'm going to do these in polyurethane. So they're going to cure within 10 minutes. There's none of this overnight stuff. But first, I am going to dust them and kind of, fancy them up a little bit. So I have this, I think it's a floating glitter. I bought these ages and ages ago, probably off of Temu, but there's a whole set of them. There's like, I don't know, 12 of them or so. And I pulled out some colors that I'm going to dust in, and then I'm going to dust the entire thing in a shimmery chameleon mica powder. This one is by Mateo. It's Mermaid. So that's what we're going to do first. So I'm going to try to get some of this sort of aqua color down and make the bunny aqua. And I'm trying pretty hard to not, I mean, it's going to be really hard to not let any of this go, in the rest of the mold. But we're just going to clean it off and move on with life, because this should end up being pretty quick, the whole project. Now, I'm going to try to clean this with tape because it may be easier. I think that if I were to take a towel with alcohol on it, which is usually the preferred way to do it, that may just smear this glitter everywhere. So my gut is telling me to get it off with tape. I started to tell you about gloves, and the reason that I'm wearing gloves is because if I touch something on here, which as we move on, I'm going to be touching it, it shouldn't smear the powder. But if I had on no gloves, if I just had skin, my skin would possibly smear the powder, and then we'd have splotches where there was no color. Now I have a brush that's smaller than the one I was just using, but larger than the but larger than the smaller one, the smallest one that I have. It's just right. And I'm just doing a little bit of this purpley violet color. And on these, I'm gonna wait until I have dusted the whole thing. Then I'll clean off. And what's handy is that the things that I'm dusting, they're indented down into it. So I should be able to just put tape right across the top and get the stuff that is you know, not supposed to be there, the stuff that's recessed down into these designs. I'm going to do this line down in here, then I'm going to clean up around there so that I can do the little flowers. Let's see. I just hope this isn't too pale of colors. Either way, we'll see. Now I'm going to clean where these flowers are, because if anything that's down in them is going to be the thing that you see. When you're doing this kind of effect, you can't just dust over something and think that's what you're going to see on the other side, because you're not. You're going to see the thing that's stuck to the silicone. So where I have this, you know, the stuff that floated around in these flowers, then that's what's going to be seen when I pour it, not what I put over it. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's do our orange, peachy color, peachy orange. So I have a little brush. Let's see, how are we doing this? Let's just go every other flower, I guess. And do the center. And then we have our pink. Okay, I have to do an apology. I dusted the Mateo chameleon powder into the areas that did not have the flowers or the stripes or all the things that we did, and I wasn't recording, and I didn't realize it till I went to turn off the recording to start this next mold. But I really do apologize. So next, I made these coaster molds, I don't know, a few videos back, and I just love them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this other egg. It doesn't have stripes or bunnies or any of the things on it. I'm going to dust this mold in this background color, and it was Cherry Blossom by Laura's Art Corner. And then we're going to pour it, and then I have leftover UVDTF stickers from these molds, these coasters, that I'm going to decorate this egg with when it's finished. I have a discount code for you for Laura's Art Corner. If you shop on her channel, on her website, which is laurasartcorner.net, and just do some shopping. And when you go into check out, you put in House of Papillons and you will get a discount. Here, we'll let the professor watch us. Whoops. Hey, professor, give me my tape. Thank you. So I still have quite a few of these adorable little UVDTF stickers, and I thought, well, there's an excuse to use these again and use this mica powder because I love it. I think so. I spend so much time, and this basically mimics that. I know I got on a recording when I did the little design in there. I know I have that. I just don't have the dusting of the flat parts, because the whole rest of it is dusted in that chameleon powder. But it has the same structure, like it has this on the bottom, what will be the bottom. It has these wavy parts. So that's how I'm doing that. So you're really not getting, I didn't jip you too much. I'll be interested to see what color this becomes, because the mica, or the resin will be white. The polyurethane resin, when it dries, is white. It's solid white. So it'll be interesting to see what this looks like on top of a white. It may not be as vivid as that pink. I find this sort of satisfying to do. I enjoy painting white powder on. And I think some of it is because it's relatively easy. There's not, I'm going to pick some of this up off of there, or I'm going to be having to make another order with Laura soon. Laura, emergency, I'm out of cherry blossom. And this one, I certainly could have just mixed resin and mixed the mica in. Could have done that, no worries. That's also another option for these plain ones. Then, no, there's nothing I can grab. I was going to try, some of the molds have like a support that you can grab. This one doesn't have that. It's taking note of where my hands touched it. Because see right here, I smeared it. It's not gonna, because I've had my thumbs there, it's not gonna take it off, but it can smear it. the wider part, and these are just magnets on the sides that, here we go. And we just have to do this. I don't know if I said earlier, but I'm going to pour these pieces separately because polyurethane dries or cures super fast, and you don't have a lot of time. You have like seconds to get it into your mold. So I'm not going to take the time to tinker around and, you know, do all the things while there's 4 pieces sitting here waiting to be poured. It's not, this stuff does not, you don't have to mix it as long as you do resin. So, or, you know, regular resin. So it takes nothing to mix it up. So if you take too much time, the stuff will cure right in the cup and you are done. I bought this, I have previously used, I think, Let's Resin, and it says 30, but I bought this, it's Limino, is a little bit less expensive, and it's polyurethane, so it won't yellow because it's already white. But anyway, I think I got it off of Amazon, and it says 30 seconds curing time, 10 minutes complete cure. Who doesn't love that? So I'm going to start with this one, and I'm going to do 4 ounces to start. So we're going for 2. And I go B then A. Don't really know why. Someone said it years ago, and I went, okay, I'll do that too. And that's what I do. So here's that. And you just mix till you feel it getting warm. I think the first time I used it, it was a little too warm. So it is getting warm. I would not say hot, but it is getting warm. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Actually, you know what? I think I do want to be up to the top. So I think that's what goes down into the jar. I think. Okay, so that's in the top. On this one, I'm going to use what's left over and pour our bunny. Okay, squeeze some of that out. Wow, 4 ounces got us hot. I'm going to finish this one. And this one may be one that I don't pour the whole thing going all the way up. Well, this has to go down in that, and that is not, no, it goes down into the other side. That's scallop down there. So I think that is the way it's supposed to be. Okay, and then I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to take a second. See how it's turning white already? Take a second to tappy wappy. Wow. Okay, listen to me. It's not good to do a big batch of this stuff. Look at that. Won't be doing that again. This is how we learn. We live and we learn. Hope that I'm not blocking the whole view. It's kind of amazing. It cured right on top of that inner piece. Maybe coming to the top. I think I am. Just gonna pour what's left over. Maybe do the Steve McDonald Tappy Wappy. Love Steve and the Tappy Wappy. This is getting warm. Not hot, just warm. And also, I don't mind that, 4 ounces at a time. I'm not breaking the bank. I am going to tappy wappy, just in case that was the part with the flowers. But I think it's so interesting how that cures before it can even drip off of that center section. Okay, we're doomed. We are doomed. All right, I'll see you in, let's say, 20 minutes. After I told everyone goodbye for a few minutes, I went and looked up a photo of the mold, and both of these do need to be filled all the way up. This rim will go down into the jar. So I made up another ounce, and then it took just about a whole ounce to fill that little rim. So I'm going to just set that aside while we demold the rest of these, because it should only take, a few more minutes. This is the larger one that I dusted all the different colors into. Hope this isn't too difficult. Oh, that's textured. That's cool. I didn't realize this ribbon, this stripe thing, is sort of textured. And I need to hold it against myself to get this. Thanks. To get this part over the top. To make it bend. Come on, bend. This is a very squishy mold, so, bending it and everything is easier than some. Let's break this suction. It's very, very pale because I put the chameleon powder next to it. So there's not a lot of color difference. But bet you I'm still gonna like it. It wasn't that hard at all. Here's the green, here's the orange, pink, and purple. I'm hoping you can tell the difference in the colors. They are very pale. I knew that when I was making it. I knew that's the way it was going to be. And that's fine with me. I wanted sort of just a gentle... I do like this chameleon powder on here, even though it is backed with white. You know, with chameleon powders, if you back different colors that you back them with are going to dictate the color that it's going to be. But this has like a green and a pink and a mostly maybe green and pink. Okay, Bunny has to wait for a few minutes. Let's do this other one and see what we're getting. This is the one that I dusted entirely. Whoop, we got bubbles under there. But it's up, it's underneath. Whoa. So it shouldn't. Oh, how pretty is that? How pretty. So this is the Cherry Blossom by Laura's Art Corner. That's the cherry blossom with well, with mica powder spilled on it. So that's the cherry blossom done. I mixed it in the resin and poured it. And this is the cherry blossom if you dust it on, and then you put white in the back. I certainly could have mixed the whole thing and just poured it in there, but I wanted to dust it and see what it looked like. So the whole egg should end up looking like that. The whole egg. It's a little on the streaky side. I'm a little surprised, to tell you the truth. I am going to decorate this. I sort of don't mind the streakiness of it. I don't necessarily want perfection. And you know, I'm going to decorate this with those stickers. Oh gosh, can you see? Can you see how cute? You know, I've been dusting for a while, so this kind of surprises me, to tell you the truth. And, you know, I did the donut mold and it was perfectly, you know, smooth and all the things. So, but this is cute. And this being an egg, like I said, I don't mind that it's not, you know, doesn't look like it was made in a factory. But that color is just all things. It is in no way hot. It's been well over 10 minutes. It's been maybe 20 minutes before I came on. But remember, there's less than an ounce up there to make this rim. I'm glad I was able to find photos of these molds, you know, in two pieces, so that I could tell, was that supposed to have that rim? And that's what the rim does. When you when the thing is open, see this inner rim thing? It just fits down in there very nicely. Okay, let's see how Mr. Teal Bunny worked out. Oh, he's faintly teal. but very handsome. And see, that's kind of the weird, you know, he ended up, I want to say that it gives the whole thing looks rather vintage. See how, and I mean, I brushed that stuff in there, but it could be what I used, you know, it could be this glittery stuff. Now the glitter, I was hoping it would give it yet another, you know, element. I saw one of them that was kind of shiny, glittery and shiny, but not really. If you had to do this, I wouldn't bother doing the glitter. If I did this again, I would use more solid colors. You can use a pearly shimmery pearl, but oh, how cute is that? But like I said, it makes it almost look old because it's not perfect, you know? I may put a little ribbon around his neck, but for now, I'm loving this. I'm loving this, seriously. I really hope that the colors are coming out nicely for you, that you can see. These molds are just, they're awesome. And it literally, it'll go anywhere you want it to go. I do enjoy the pale colors. So here's the other stickers that I didn't use, and I will tell you, the one that just kills me. Okay, so she has a carrot, she has cookies. Cookies. But I'll tell you, the one that I just think that has to go on it, like no matter which other ones go in here, this one with his suspenders and his hat and his little ears bushed down. He's so cute. To make sure that I have him nice and blue. I didn't have him nice and anything, did I? And just like when I made that teacup, you have to be careful about what you're expecting something that's straight to do. Like right here, I am really going to push down on that and just burnish it in like crazy. Oh, look, his feet just reached the bottom. Oh. Okay. There you go. I spread that out a little bit because I'm putting a straight design on a curve. And something that is hard and rigid does not necessarily curve, you know, it's not going to curve on demand. I'm just burnishing it all flat to the egg. Now this has a couple little ridges in it, and really all you have to do, well, I'm going to try to burnish it once I take this outer plastic thing off, but whatever doesn't, if there's, you know, a little bit of air under there, you can sort of pop it with a pin and that'll flatten it out. See how shiny it, can you tell how shiny his pants are? That's going to be like that. Come on, ear. Oh, it's nice and flat. If you've been here the entire time, I just can't even tell you how appreciative I am. Thank you so much. And please like and subscribe if you get a chance. Most of all, find a way to make your day creative. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.